Okay, this is just a general overview of this project. It's a 66 Dart. This was previously put together with a 318 LA motor. That's been pulled about a month ago and it's living its life in my buddy's 73 Dart. Fresh paint, nothing great on this. I mean, it's just a home job, but it was a nice home job by somebody. Whole front end's been rebuilt. It's already been swapped to a narrowed 8 3/4. It's got 275 drag radials. I did fit a 15x8 and a 275 in an untubbed car. So this does fit in the stock wheel well. I had to move the springs inboard, but the car is not tubbed. As you can see, I'm finishing up the floor pan. The reason I cut out the tranny tunnel in it was because I built a 46 RE. It's got some lightweight goodies in the 46 RE. And it's got a TFOD 3 full manual shift kit, and I'm going to run that with just a toggle switch for the overdrive and no computer. That's why I did the TFOD 3 shift kit in it. It's got aluminum drum and lightweight sunshell and some other goodies, but nothing crazy. So here's the engine here. It's a 5.2 Magnum. It's bone stock. It was a previous reman. I think it was low mileage. I took it apart. I gapped the rings for boost. I put everything back together. Stock cranks, stock rods, stock pistons. The only thing I did was ring gap. Let's see if I can show you that. So it's a bone stock Magnum, 5.2 Magnum. It's just gap for boost. There's the Summit oil pan. I'm switching it because all the Magnums are rear sump pan, and I have to switch it to the car pan. Up on the heads, they're stock heads. They are the stock valve size. You can see I de-shrouded the valves. I softened the chambers. Worked the bowls. This is all the carbide work that was done last week. I still have to go through this week with a sand roll, but you can just sort of see where the carbide work is gone. And then I opened up the ports. The other thing I did was I filled in the Magnum pattern and I re-drilled it for an LA intake. So it's a Magnum short block, Magnum heads, and it's going to have this LA intake. The previous LA that I had in this car had a Torker 1 manifold, which was fine for what it is, but I really prefer these Torker 2s. They got a lot taller, a lot larger plenum. And I'm going to pair that up with some eBay T304Es. And these eBay headers, I bought these back when they were cheap. I paid like $224. I know when you look them up today, they want like $450, but I bought them back when they were $224 for a pair. I think the turbos I paid maybe $102 a piece for the turbos. So that's the combo. It's a fairly stock 5.2 Magnum with a little bit of work. My big holdup right now on the engine is I'm just waiting on the camshaft. Once that comes in, then I get everything buttoned up on the bottom end. And if I can get the sand work done, the sand roll on these heads, then I'm going to send them back to the machine shop. Normally I just lap the valves, but in this case I'm just going to have them touch up the seats anywhere I may have nicked it when I was porting them. And then at the same time I'll put the proper spring kit on there that's going to support the cam. It's not a big cam, 218 degrees of duration at 50. So it's a real streetable package. When I narrowed the 8 3/4 rear, I put 323 gears in because it's intended to be a driver, a daily driver. So the overdrive with the 46 RE transmission and the 323 gear and the small 218 degree duration cam. It's got a Holley Super Sniper unit, and you know it should cruise at 2,000 RPM pretty comfortably and get decent mileage. I'm not looking for a ton of power out of this. I think the Holley Super Sniper maxes around 600, 650 horse, depending on your fuel pressure. I'm going to be happy if this thing's, you know, 450 to 500 at the tire. That's more than enough for a little 66A body and something that should have great street manners. My goal for this one right now, I think this is what I'd like to take on Power Tour this year, 2023. So if I can get the cam in and get everything together, then we'll see if we can make Power Tour with it this year. On my videos, I am going to break them up on different playlists because I have a ton of projects. So if you just want to follow one project, my 73 Charger Gangrene, that's a project that's going together. I've got Quest for 8s, which is going to be a really nasty build, a lot of horsepower. Yeah, I'm looking at maybe 1,400 horse, and then putting a 400 shot of nitrous on top of that. My 71 Demon, I'm going to be starting. I've got a billet, Bill Mitchell, 4.5-inch bore aluminum Hemi block, Gen 2 Hemi block. That's going to be going together here pretty soon, and a TKX transmission, 9-inch aluminum rear end. I got to save up that one. I mean, everything's money nowadays, and so what I'm looking at currently for that one is an F1A94 Pro Charger and about 1,200 horse on that. The Holley dual quad Super Sniper EFI that I'm going to run on that engine, rated to about 1,250 horse. So pretty much I'll max out the injection wherever it ends up, and I'll be happy there. But for this project, I'm looking for, keeping it about 10 pounds of boost, 500 or 600 horse at the crank, 450, 500 at the back tire. See what happens.